Yo, what's good, YouTube? This is Jay from TNJ, and welcome to the Indianapolis Arrows Franchise. We sit here in Season 5, 57 and 56. Last year, we won the AL Central Division, and now we are in the thick of the AL wildcard race. I mean, look at these teams. I mean, everybody is floating around the same record, so we have not done anything special. We have not done anything bad. We're just like sitting there right in the middle of the pack. Now, last episode, we looked at some of our all-star games, and a couple of our all-stars, including John Field, who is showing here on the screen, is one of those guys, in my opinion, that is just one of those guys that have exceeded expectation. He came in here with a high potential, 95 when we drafted him. So what we decided to do is that we decided to give him a big boost. Like, he's having a big year. We gave him a +3 to all of his attributes. He goes up to 70 overall, and he's now a 95 potential A guy, 70 overall, still 23 years old, but he came in as a 4-year senior at Penn State University, and he is showing that he is that dude. So I'm going to give him that boost. I know a lot of you guys had something to say about that, and the majority was that we should give him that boost. So I want to take a look at our draft, and one thing that came with this draft is that we drafted a bunch of 18-year-olds, and it kind of backfired. I think one thing that we came into this draft thinking is that we have been really good at drafting in this series, and we drafted at the lowest spot we've ever drafted, in the bottom 5 of the teams that are eligible to draft. So we were picking, somewhere between 25 and 30. That range is very, very hard to evaluate players. And you could just see right here on the screen, there were just picks that we just whiffed on. There was not enough scouting done. And to be honest, it was tough because the guys that we did scout, even the guys that were projected to go in the second round, third round, or whatever the case may be, we tried to scout them, and they were getting picked up in the top 20, so they were out of our range. And as you can see, all of our draft picks are just kind of mediocre. Like, this was an absolutely awful draft, and I guess you can chalk it up as just being a bad draft, and I guess we're going to have one of those. I mean, it's expected here in a long-term series that we're just going to have drafts where it's not very good. We had 4 really good drafts, now just a mediocre draft, so now here we are back to the season. So we are sitting here hovering around 500, and you can just see right here as we're doing here in the season, we are just kind of winning games, then losing games, and winning games, then losing games. There's not really like in every other game we win or lose, like right here on the screen it does, but you can just see we started the month of August on a 3-game losing streak, but the whole month of July, it was like 3-game losing streak, 3-game winning streak, 3-game losing streak, 4-game winning streak. Like, it was just like very inconsistent. So we just need to find that consistency in order to make the playoffs here in season number 5 for back-to-back years. One of the things I think we have to do is just move guys up and down, and I think we're just going to have to play the best available players. So there are a couple of guys I have in mind. J. Almonte is one of the top prospects in our organization. He's actually declined to a C potential. That's actually very, very interesting because J. Almonte was a guy that was our top prospect as far as stats-wise goes. Like, he was definitely minor league player of the year. Probably the last couple of years, at least one of the top players in our organization, and he has declined in potential. I don't really truly understand that, but I need to make moves in the organization. So one thing I'm going to do is move Todd Workman down. He has been pretty bad this year, and then we're going to give Terrell Blake, our number 1 overall pick in season number 2, a shot at the pros. I think it's his shot here. We need some type of spark. He is 20. He probably could use another season under his belt in the minors, but I think after 3 seasons in the minors, he's ready. I think that this is going to be the right opportunity to get him a start right when we need a different type of looking pitcher, and I think that's what we're going to do. So we play against Oklahoma City here, our rivals in this series, and as you can see, Terrell Blake gets subbed in. So we moved him up, and then he gets subbed into the game to pitch, and that was definitely not what I was looking for. So he will have some innings under his belt right away before his first start. But I guess it's a good thing. Like, it's not like he gave up any earned runs. He has a 113 whip. So here we go. He's on the road here versus the Oklahoma City Wranglers. They are 10 games under 500. This is their best season they've had, and we are 1 game over 500 at 62-61. Just looking for some type of spark here in this season. We will move up one of our top prospects in Terrell Blake. Now, coming into this matchup, Terrell Blake was actually not a top 50 prospect in baseball. So he has dropped out of the top 50, and now he gets a shot here at the show. At just 20 years old, I disagree with that ranking, but I think he is going to be good for us. How good? We'll have to see. At AAA, he was decent. Not great this year. We'll have to see what he does. He has 4 pitches, a changeup, a cutter, a slider, and a fastball. And his most dominant pitch is his fastball, so we're going to hammer that home today. The first pitch is up in the zone to Nicky Lopez, the former Indianapolis Arrow, back in season number 1. He was one of the original draftees of this expansion draft, and he flies out to right field. Yare Munoz to the plate now as he hits second here for the Wranglers, and he will walk. So it brings up the number 3 hitter in the lineup, Yoan Moncada, who has been with this team since the beginning. And that's a ball 4 as well. Terrell Blake had an issue at AAA really with walking guys, and hopefully that doesn't continue here at the MLB level. Jonah Heim to the plate. He hits one to opposite field. That one is going to be over the head of Jack Sawinski, who's starting in left field, off of the warning track, off of the wall, and the throw to the plate will not be in time. And Oklahoma City will score first in the first inning here. Not a great start to Terrell Blake's pitching career here at the MLB level. Jake Cronenworth hitting in that 5 spot, chopper back to the pitcher. That's pretty much ideal what you want there. The strikeout, fly out in the infield, or a ground ball back to the pitcher here for the second out to hold the runner at third. Spencer Torkelson hitting 264. That's a slider, a swinging strike 3. Now, his slider does have good control on it. I don't know if it has much movement, but he can locate it pretty well. So now on to the top of the second here. Here's Cam Collier, who had the opposite of Jay Almonte. He went from a B to an A in his potential. He hits one deep to center field. That one's gone. Cam Collier gives us the 1-run lead here in the second inning. And our third baseman of the now and future, he's only like 23 years old at this point. He hits one to straightaway center. That's gone. And at least Terrell Blake has a bit of a cushion here with the 1-run victory. That one was right over the middle of the plate. Cam Collier crushed it, and it's 2-1. Bottom 2 now. Here is Zach McKinstry at the plate, and he will watch that one. And Terrell Blake, like I said, that fastball is something he's going to hammer home throughout his career. That one was right on the corner. Here's Justin Henry Malloy to the plate. He hits one up the middle. Look at that diving stop. And it's thrown on the first by Brandon Lowe. And we will get the runner. Lowe is not known for his glove, but he does flash the leather right there. And that brings up Jarrett Triolo with 2 outs, and he will swing and miss. And Terrell Blake gets out of the second inning. No more damage done. Bottom 3 now, the top of the lineup back at the plate, Nicky Lopez. And he gets frozen at the plate with the low changeup at the knees. So that brings up Yara Munoz. We're going to throw a slider on the outside half, a swinging strike 3. Terrell Blake is a strikeout pitcher. That's what he's going to do, but he might give up some pretty big hits while he's at it. So that brings up Moncada, fly ball to left field. And Jack Sawinski this time runs under this one. And it's a 1-2-3 inning here in the third. Bottom 4 now, Jake Cronenworth. He's swinging and missing as well. Terrell Blake now looks like he's getting into a groove as he gets the swinging strike 3 right there. Spencer Torkelson 0 for 1 today. Ground ball to the kid, Ray Gonzalez, thrown on the first. And we get through this 4th inning as well. Okay, so Terrell Blake had a, not a terrible first inning, but not a great one either. He gave up a run. But now we're starting to settle down. But we move on to the bottom of the 5th inning. Now with a runner on first base, no outs, ground ball to third. This one's a double play. That was actually a mistake pitch. Justin Henry Malloy did not get good wood on that one, but that ball was thrown right over the plate. Just a hard chopper to third. Cam Collier with the throw to second. And that one will get us to 2 outs. Triolo, ground ball to short. Good throw. It's Ray Gonzalez who gets the out at first base, and we're through 5 innings. And Terrell Blake is pitching an excellent game. Still 2-1 into the bottom of the 6th inning. Cam Collier fields this ground ball, thrown on to first. And that one gets us through 5 1/3 innings. But we have the top of the lineup at the plate. Yairo Munoz at the plate, and he will walk right here with the outside slider. And now they have a man on first base here with 1 out. Yoan Moncada to the plate. Inside pitch. Fly ball to center. That one will just be a fly out too. Oijo Taikan in center. And now here we go. 1 out away of 6 innings pitched here as it brings up Jonah Heim. This one's hit well to right field, and this one's giving chase, and that's caught by Alex Verdugo. Down the right field line, he runs it down, and Terrell Blake has put on quite the display and quite the impression. Let's move on to the 7th inning. The 112th pitch of the game is going to be Jake Cronenworth, who hits this one through the infield. That one will get all the way to the wall. Oijo Taikan comes up throwing to the cutoff man, but it will be a stand-up double here for Cronenworth. And I'm thinking that's going to be it for Terrell Blake. He's pitched an excellent game here today. Besides that one first inning, there's been no type of threat here at all. But 114 pitches, 67 strikes to 47 balls. He's deserved this start, and I'm glad he got up here to the show. Hopefully he can just provide that spark here down the stretch. So we go to the bullpen and bring in a guy we drafted the season before Terrell Blake, Jacob McDonald. We drafted him back in season 1. Spencer Torkelson to the plate, ground ball to first. That one will move the runner over. So now they have a runner on third base, down by 1 run, and they just got to put the ball in play right here. Zach McKinstry comes up. He hits one well to right field. That's well over the head of Alex Verdugo, and it keeps going. It's a 2-run home run here for Zach McKinstry in the 7th inning. Jacob McDonald comes out of the bullpen, gives up a big fly, and it is now 3-2 in favor of the Wranglers. So we move on to the top of the 8th inning. That is going to be a walk by Salvador Perez. Men on first and second here, no outs. Jack Sawinski to the plate. He walks as well. So we have bases loaded, no outs. Bringing up Brandon Lau to the plate. His average is down to 237. He gets a meatball over the middle of the plate, and he somehow gets under this. You could not get a better pitch to hit. It was a slider, a hanging slider, and in the perfect position to hit a grand slam, to be honest with you. Cam Collier comes to the plate. He's been hitting the ball well today. He hits this one deep to center field. This one might be deep enough, but look at Salvador Perez on second. He's going to head to third, but the throw home will not get the runner in time. It was Paulo Reyes coming from third base, and he is safe. A 3-3 ball game. Oijo Taikan, he also comes to the plate, and he will walk. So now we have bases loaded again with the top of our lineup coming to the plate. The Wranglers decide to bring in Levi Stout, who is having not a great year, and he faces Ray Gonzalez. 0 for 4 today, and he cannot come through. So on to the bottom of the 10th inning, and now it is a 3-3 ball game, and now Victor Gonzalez in to pitch, and he walks the bases loaded, and now there's no outs in this inning. That brings up Yairo Munoz, who hits one well to left center. That one will get down, and that will be the ball game. Well, we made it this far and did not come away with the victory. That kind of sucks because I wanted Terrell Blake to get a win in his first start, but it did not happen. We lose this one 4-3. But seeing at least Blake make his debut made me feel a lot better about this episode. He struck out 6, did walk 4 guys, though. That's way too many walks in 6 innings. Did give up 2 earned runs. It should have been enough for a pretty good quality start, but it ended up being a loss in the favor of Indianapolis. He did not get credited with that loss. But still, we have an issue. We are just wildly inconsistent here this season. As you can see, we're going through the month of August. We're losing games in a row. We lost 4 games in a row in that third week. Then we went on and won 2 of 3 versus the Angels, won 2 of 3 versus Tampa Bay, and then we win 2 of 3 versus Cleveland and then win the last game of the month. But that inconsistency gives us the last month to really just have to win most of these games. I mean, it's 69-69. We have no breathing room or no margin of error, I should say, We are sitting here at 69-69 with 1 month left, and we are somehow in first place. The only way we make the playoffs is that we win our division. The rest of our division is also under 500, which is just incredible to me. And we just need to show that, hey, maybe this year is a bad year for our division and maybe we're a better team than what we have displayed record-wise. One big shout out I have to give is to Cam Collier. He is having a great year, and it's probably going to result in me moving him up in the lineup. And that's kind of what I'm going to do here for the final month. I need to ride the hot hand. I need to produce runs when I can. So we're going to move him up in the lineup. He has hit pretty much in the 7th or 8th spot in the lineup. So I'm definitely going to be making that change right now. Then for the final month of the season, I'm going to move up J. Almonte. J. Almonte's only got 92 at-bats this year. He was hurt for a lot of the year, but one thing that he specializes in that nobody else does on our roster, get on base and have a stolen base. So get some stolen bases, get on first, swipe second, score some runs. That's definitely something we need here at the MLB level. We are not scoring many runs consistently, and we just need to kind of have that here at the show. So looking at the next month, we have Tampa Bay. We have a big 3-game series versus Cleveland. That's going to be huge because obviously that's for first place. They are 2 games below 500. We have Milwaukee and Oakland, who are going to be easier games. But then we have San Diego, Seattle, and Minnesota. That's a string of like 10 or so games that are very, very tough. And we're going to have to really right the ship here with about a month left to go. So we have no time to play games. This is going to be crunch time. So hit subscribe, hit that like button. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. We'll be back for more Indianapolis Arrows franchise. Stay tuned. Let's get it. Let's go.
I hope the rain don't come in November, 'cause the summer went way too fast. I'm trying real hard to remember